Well, once again, where do I start? What's up, everyone? This week's adventure is sponsored by What in the Blue Milk Guzzling Jedis is going on? I have no idea. Well, some, but they are not good ideas. Oh no, bad thoughts. Bad thoughts about Mngal, and Sloan, that filthy Wompratt bastard, and so much more. We started on the right foot. We had a plan. It was an okay plan. Baron von Sir Conrad, Vox, and Alara would go with the Sea-Ruck, and the rest of us would follow at a safer distance. These Sea-Ruck, you see, are like walking toolboxes, if all the tools were razor blades and death. So we follow, and it seems like it is some kind of trap, but not the kind we were thinking of. Oh no, on the life of my unborn child. Well, like the third or fourth one, that's slightly goofy, and I don't care too much for it. But on their life, a trap it was. Who in the hell designed this trap and why? That's what I want to know. But anyhows, after a brief warning from Klon and Rico, whammo! A spaceship falls on us. Yeah, a spaceship, you heard me. Okay, not a whole one. Well, a whole one but already in pieces. Whoosh, boom, ka-thud, and it falls right on the danger magnet himself, Conrad, and one of our two Sea-Ruck guides. Now I like Conrad, he's a good guy, but man, that guy is unlucky, like, had a timeshare holiday home on Alderaan unlucky. So crash, fire and metal go everywhere, we all dive for cover, and Conrad gets pancaked. Luckily, Vox and Alara managed to keep him safe, and after our guide rather grossly, but with a strange sense of duty and compassion, ate his fallen comrade, we were on our way again. So off we head through this jungle, and then we come out in what looks like a base camp for these Sea-Ruck. And aside from the obvious fact that it's a military base of operations, it's not too bad. Good strong walls and some decent trenches running throughout. Conrad sees Neve and Vox sees Neela, and they are both off to reunite with their loved ones. Ilias, Neve, and Neela all aren't feeling too great, and Vox administers a shot of something to help them. They talk a while and it all seems okay. Neve has seen Spitz, so I ask him to show me where that junk-loving varmint got to, and off we head. In the meantime, Ilias isn't feeling too good about this place, but I am not too sure why. I mean, aside from the obvious fact that it is a stinking trench system used by everyone as a toilet, I'm sure. So anyhow, we head towards this sinkhole, and Spitz we hope, there's a weird word for us to have when walking in a straight line, but we sure needed it, as we end up back in the camp. We appear to have walked round in a circle. Sensor checks are done by Callista, and Sass checks diagnostics on his armor, and we are pretty sure we shouldn't have appeared here, which means we are being screwed with, probably by Sloan, but we are not sure until we spot something that really shouldn't be here, one of the amphibians that are connected to the No-Get soon. We are going to head over there when we get a message from Spitz. He is underground nearby in the trenches. We still decide to speak to the visitor first, and after we ask them a few questions, Neve and Neela both drop dead. Yeah, I know. I said that kind of relaxed and by the by, and it will make sense. So they drop dead. Conrad and Vox do the obvious and panic, try to help and freak out in their own ways whilst I make a beeline for Ilias, as he might be next. And it is at this point that it all goes kind of weird. We all start to see different illusions and messed up stuff as the dead crawl from holes. Barbed wire gets a life of its own and attacks us, and our hosts turn on us, albeit not of their own will, it seems. I shout to Sash to get Ilias out of here, but he's already on it, and using his power armor to great effect, he leaps with both Ilias and me in hand, and we land in relative safety. As we leap out of the way, others start to take down the attackers, disabling a few of them with stun shots, but going for this messed up amphibian guy with some full-on blaster fire. Alas, blasters don't seem to work too well on this guy for some reason, and then with a flick of the wrist he makes Alara shoot Callista. Luckily her armor does its job and it doesn't hurt him, as Elias, Sash, and I enter the trench. We are greeted with the awful sight of Spit's crushed little skeleton, all just there and dead. I just collapse and lose it for a bit as the others are stunned into silence. The attackers back over the other side of the trench are having better luck now, and soon the dark sorcerer is starting to lose the battle. Sash snaps me back into gear and we jump back into the fight, convinced now that Elias won't suffer the same fate as Neve and Neela. We land back in the midst of the battle just as Alara blasts the amphibian into the ground, and I think most everyone already in the fight didn't hold back, finishing up their shots into them or having an extra hack just to be sure. Now that everyone is dead, it becomes apparent that this was indeed a trap for us. Neve and Neela weren't here. It was all just this amphibian. Kellen was just messing with our minds. Time for a tinfoil hat, I think. We then heard more digging, and up from a trench the real Spitz appears. Aside from a little mud, the little junk monkey is okay. After I squeeze the life from him with a hug, he explains he has found the Killick colony, and we should get away from this cursed ground, a sentiment the invading army shares, and they inform us they will be leaving the planet, as this war has not been blessed by whatever gods they pray to. Spitz leads us back underground, and we meet the Killick leaders who have some great information on Mungal, the Shatterstar weapons, and how to proceed in general. Well worth finding them, I am certain. So you see, we were on the back foot there, but we came through, and that, my friends, is what's up. Be safe and catch you soon.